words can read. Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome to another video. In today's video I'm going to be doing a non-spoiler book review on Dry by Neal and Jarrod Shusterman. So this is one is a standalone, and it could have been a series, and I just want to say as a quick disclaimer before I actually begin into all of the details that I did receive this book for free from the actual publisher in exchange for an honest review. However, this does not affect my opinion whatsoever. This video is going to contain my true opinion only. There's also going to be no spoilers in this video, so you don't have to worry about that. But I just want to say thank you very much to the publisher for sending it to me, because this book was awesome, and I'm not surprised that this book has already been selected to be made into a movie eventually. Like, I'm really excited to see how that movie is going to turn out, because this is so good. If you guys know me really well, then you know that I love my survival books. I love books where people have to learn how to survive, apocalyptic books, dystopian books, any sort of those books where they have to survive in a situation. I absolutely love books where people get trapped on an island and they have to learn to adapt to that. I love it. People that are thrown into situations where they just have to learn how to survive. I love it. So if you guys know of any other books, let me know down below, because I feed off of these books. It feeds me dry. And this book, it was so good. So if you don't know, basically this book is about this drought. They call it the tap out. It's where all the water runs dry. The taps run out. There is no source of water. And we have several characters around this book. They all have their own tellings of the story. We have loads of main protagonists of this. So we have Alyssa, who we start off with, and she sort of explains the beginning of like how it happened, what happened when it first started. Then we have her neighbour, who their family, they've always known that this was going to happen, and they're just sort of all prepared for it. And then Alyssa has her brother Jarrod, and then one day their parents go missing because their parents go in search for some more water, and then they don't find them, and so Alyssa and Jarrod end up teaming up with Alyssa's neighbour, who has always had like a big crush on her for ages, and they end up going to try and find their parents. They're going to try and find the source of water, and they meet this girl called Jackie along the way, who's sort of like this badass character, and she's just kind of been surviving on her own, so she goes along the journey. And there are just so many sort of like scary moments throughout this book where it felt like it was going to be realistic. We also meet a character called Henry, who he's just sort of like this really rich kid, and he's just sort of been surviving, and so he hops along the journey. And yeah, it literally is just about survival, and it is kind of like The Walking Dead but for kids, but except it's water zombies instead. And that's just like the feel that I've got from it, that, you know, instead of The Walking Dead where it's like adults that meet together, they're in this group trying to survive together, it's some kids that are trying to go off and try and survive and stuff. And yeah, water zombies, literally people who get so dehydrated that they become so desperate for water that they will do anything for it. And it's just like really interesting in that sort of way. And there's loads of these sort of snapshots throughout the book where you sort of like see from like other people's perspectives and stuff, and it's split into parts. So there's several parts of the book. So as you can see, here's like part 3, and I'll just show you as an example that it's numbered, but it's told from all of their perspectives. So this will be like Alyssa, and then Alyssa is quite a main character speak. So Kelton is her next door neighbour, so he gets a say in it as well. So yeah, it was a really good and interesting story, and I really enjoyed it. So Neal Shusterman, he has written loads and loads of books. He has written the Scythe and the Thunderhead books. He's also written the Unwind Dystology, the Skinjacker trilogy, Downsiders and Challenger Deep, which I believe are like standalone books. So he is quite well known in the young adult book industry. And then we have Jarrod Shusterman, who is the author of a short story called Undevoured. But he also writes for film and television as well, so he's more like the media side of it, whereas Neal is sort of like the book side of it. So they've teamed together to make this awesome book, which has already been picked up to be a movie, and I can totally, honestly see why. Out of the characters, because we have 2 females and we have 3 males, and they're the sort of like main characters of the story, I would actually say that I really like Alyssa and Jackie both the same, because Jackie is this really sort of like badass person. She sort of cuts the chase and she's just really cool and kick-ass and she has the guts to do something, whereas Alyssa, if you know, I can put those 2 together as like good cop, bad cop. So whereas, you know, bad cop you got as Jackie and the good cop is Alyssa, she just sort of sees like the good side sort of it. So I couldn't have a favourite between those 2, but I had a weird soft spot for Henry. And Henry is like this rich kid, and yeah, Kelton is sort of this geeky kid as well, and normally I really like the geeks, but Henry just seemed to have this like bad side to him, and I'm always really drawn to the bad guy characters, and Henry I just had this weird thing for. So out of the guys I really like Henry. Garrett I found to be really annoying. He was a really annoying younger brother that just like, there were some times when he was really smart, but there were other times where he was just really stupid, and yeah, I just liked him out of the characters the most. But all in all, they're just like a really interesting team, and there was not really a leader as such. So whereas obviously in The Walking Dead we have Rick, who sort of took the lead as a leader and everyone just followed, they all just kind of led together. I suppose Alyssa kind of had a little bit more of a lead, so she's more of like the Maggie of the team, whereas Jackie is sort of like the Rosita of the team. Yeah, so if you get my Walking Dead references, if you've watched Walking Dead, then you'll understand the characters from that. My least favourite part of the book, but not in a bad way, was the bit where they're sort of in Kelton's house and there's just shit literally goes down the house, and that's all I say because I don't want to spoil. But it's near the beginning and shit goes down and I'm just like, oh my god, and it was so scary, and it was so that it got me here and I was like, oh my god, what is going on? And I was just like, ah. If I had to have a favourite part of the book, I would probably say sort of at the time when they meet Henry, actually, like around about that time when they just got their last sort of team member. It just felt more like they were a family at one point, and you could see that they really wanted to trust each other and to work together sort of thing, and I just really liked it, and I really liked how this book ended. Actually, it does end really nicely. This book could be extended into a trilogy, like it could be a trilogy, could go on that long, but it was sharpened off really well as a standalone book. And you know what, even though it got sharpened off as a standalone, it could still even have a sequel. Just, it could still happen. And I would actually love to see a sequel. I would love to see a sequel to this book, but I did really like how this book ended up being wrapped up, and I really enjoyed it as a whole. But this book had so many moments where it was just so scary. Like there were times where they would run into trouble and it would be so scary, and just the things that are happening to people around them, and yeah, it was so scary that I was involved, and I really enjoyed it because of that. So all in all, guys, I totally recommend this book for you to read. Like I say, if you like all of those sort of things and if you like the sound of this book, I really recommend it, especially as it's now going to be eventually made into a movie. This is the first book that I've ever read by Neal Shusterman and Jarrod Shusterman. This book that they've teamed up together. I haven't read any Neal Shusterman books. I do own Scythe, I do own Unwind, and I do own Challenger Deep, but I haven't read any of those books. But just by reading this book, it makes me really intrigued, and that I would love to dive into more of Neal Shusterman's books. I would absolutely love to read more that he has written, because I really sort of went into his writing style with ease, and he is very descriptive, and just how he got me emotionally involved was really, really good. And to do that, for an author to actually do that, it takes a lot of time and effort and a lot of talent, and these two have created an amazing book together, and I look forward to any more books that they have written together and that they bring out. I would read it, I would auto buy it straight away. So all in all, guys, of course I had to give this book 5 out of 5 Kit Kats. I loved it, I adored it, and it's going to be a book that I will reread because it was just that good. I love my survival books, and I tend to give all of my survival books 5 out of 5 stars anyway, but this was done really, really well, and it was so descriptive, and it got me so involved, and I loved it. And I can't wait for the movie whenever that comes out, whether it's in a year, 2 years, who knows, but when it comes out I'm going to devour that movie, and I look forward to it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed my non-spoiler book review on Dry by Neal and Jarrod Shusterman. If you have enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and let me know down below in the comments if you have read this book, or if you guys would be interested in this book. But any other comments and thoughts about this book that you would like to know, leave them down below in the comments. Any sort of similar styled books to this, let me know down below as well, and we can start a conversation about it. I upload videos all the time, so if you're new to my channel, if you'd like to see more of my videos, you can click on the subscribe button so you won't miss any of my new videos, and click on the notification bell to do so. All of my social media links will be linked down below in the description box if you'd like to follow me elsewhere. Any other videos that you'd like to see me do, or any other books you'd like to see me read, let me know down below in the comments. Thank you very much for watching my video as always. It means the whole world to me, every single one of you guys. You keep me going. And I do it for you guys, not just myself, I do it for you. So thank you very much. Keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. My name is Katie, and I will see all of you wonderful, awesome people in my next video. Bye!